Steve Tyrrell, and you join us on the Coventry Canal in Coventry. So anyway, just a quick update today just to show you what's going on, because this week there's not a great deal going on with the boat. I've got a few things on order. There's a place in Willenor that makes kitchens, solid pine kitchens, so I'm having chats with them at the moment. The only problem is size wise, because I'm limited size getting them in through the boat because the doors are narrow on the boat, hence narrowboat. So anyway, I am in talks with the guy, so I'm hoping I can get them in. So yeah, but there's a few other things I've got to sort out in the boat yet, and there's a few things before I can bring the kitchen in. In fact, rather than tell you, it's probably just easier to show you, isn't it? You know what I mean? So right, let me just show you. Right, so what I was saying is the doors are quite narrow. So you've got the back door there, that is 59 centimetres, or slightly bigger than 59.1 or 2 in places. And the cabinets I'm buying are 59 centimetres deep. So that's the one issue I have. And because they come pre-built, I need to chat to the guy and find out if they come flat pack. If I can get on flat pack, that's not an issue. But it does say on the website when I was looking that they come ready-made, because they're custom built, you know. So, but I might be able to get them ready-made. The only other issue then is because this is going to be a boatman's cabin, the door is no good being there. The door needs to be across here. I've been doing a bit of measurements. I don't know if you can quite see it on the wall there. I'll put a little mark as to where the door will come to, and then across here will be a boatman's cabin. That window is going to be inside the boatman's cabin, so I'm told me the idea of welding that in, getting rid of that altogether, but we'll see. That's something for future Precious Jet. So if the cabinets come ready made, that door there is only about 30 centimetres wide, 30-40. In fact, if I get my tape measure out now, we'll have a measure and I can tell you exactly how wide it is. So that door is 42 centimetres wide. And then the next door, the other side of the engine room, that's exactly the same size, that's 42 centimetres as well. So any cabinets I buy won't go through there. And this is one of the reasons why that bulkhead there is still not fixed in place, because of getting stuff in and out of the boat. So obviously it's not just the kitchen that's got to come in. I'm having a washing machine and a fridge as well, so they've got to come in the boat somehow. So that's the same again, they've got to come in the boat. So I won't fix any of these bulkheads down until I find out exactly how the kitchen comes, because like I said, if it comes flat packed, then it's not an issue. I can just bring it in flat packed, that's not an issue. So the plans I've got today is just look at the state of it. Yeah, tidy up. So that's what I'm going to do this morning, tidy up all these bits of spare wood I've got lying around. They're going in the garage on site. I need to take the water tanks out and put some wood underneath, and then put insulation in there, and then get some strap in and strap the tanks back in with insulation all wrapped around the tanks. So that's another job I've got to do. So right, the job I was saying, unexpected job, is this. So I did notice the other day that the sides are a bit loose, as you can see. So what's happened is the battens that were glued against the side of the narrowboat, they've become unstuck. So I can get to a batten there, and I can also get to the batten here. Now I've taken off all the trim around the hatchway, I can get to it. So them two isn't an issue. This batten here needs to be done as well, because if you look there in the window, you can see there's a crack on there, look, so that moves as well. So that needs to come out. And then the battens further down, they feel fine. So what I'm going to do is take the trim off here and the trim around the window, and that should give me access to a batten. There should be a batten just here. So if I can get that one glued, there'll be one in the middle there which I can't get to, and then the two edges there but around by the hatchway, I can get to them. So that's 3 battens, and then that'll be good. I was going to do them today, but I've ordered some clamps and they still haven't arrived yet. So until the clamps come, I can't do nothing. So stripping down around that window is going to be another job today, I think. So yeah, happy days. So that's where we are so far. Right, don't know, you can't really see much here because of the light in the window and stuff, but if I just let that, there you go, there's a fair bit of movement there, look. So I can just see down inside. I don't think you guys are going to see, are you? Not very well anyway. I can get to the bottom of the bearer that goes up here, the piece of wood up there. I can't get to the top, but the top seems to be fairly solid, so I'm not worried about that. If I can get a couple of blobs in there and then a couple of blobs down the bottom, and also I've just noticed underneath here I can get to that bottom rail where the gunnels come in into the boat. There's a bead of wood on the inside of here, runs all the way along the gunnels. I can get to that with my fingers, so I can put some blobs, I can get some sandpaper down there, put some blobs of Sikaflex and also the pink grip. I can get that on there as well. I can get a bit of each under there, and then I can clamp this side in nice and tight. You know, I may even get away without taking the window out this time. At some point the window does have to come out anyway, because that leaks. You can see down here, see there's the black. Get a bit closer, you'll see better. Yeah, you can just see the black in there where it's run down here, look. So that needs to come out. In fact, all the windows have to come out in the boat. They're all, if you tap them, you can hear them rattle. You hear that? Well, that glass shouldn't rattle, because as it's rattling, that one's the same. That one's the same. That one rattles. That one does as well. See that they're all a bit loose, and if they rattle, it means they're not secure. So they all need to come out and be Sikaflex back into place. So yeah, there you go. So I just got to wait for my clamps to come now, and I'm going to get a couple of props as well. If I can prop from one side to the other, I can wedge from in here across to the other side there. I can wedge it with a prop and then squash it out, and that'll be perfect then. Right, that's it for this little bit. Let's go and make a bit of space in the garage and do some tidying up. You might see a bit of that. See how, but as always, tidying up's not very exciting, you know that. So stand by. Okay, you'll have to excuse the mess. But that's the blue hive, obviously. Very busy today. So a lot of these will be young, fresh bees, and they'll be doing what they call orientation flights. A few bees coming back in with pollen, which indicates there's young in the hive. Go across the other side. And this is the flow hive. Same again. Lots of pollen going in, look. Awesome. It's a perfect day to crack open the hives and have a look, see what's inside, I think. Still a little bit of honey left in that one, look. That's an empty comb. So you can just still see some honey there, look, at the bottom. Just see the honey around here, look. That's winter stores they've not yet eaten from the winter just gone. No brood up here yet. There's a couple of cells here, they look like drone cells. So drones are a male bee. The female do all the work, and the males just sit around eating honey and breeding with the queen. Or queen, virgin queen. So same again. This is all honey up here, look. Not seen any brood yet at the top, which is quite strange. Normally you'd expect to see brood up at the top of the hive, but not yet. So this little bit here, that little bit there is what you call burr comb. So I'm going to tidy that off. Otherwise the inside of the hive will just become a mess of burr comb crossed over. Okay, that's almost full of honey, and that looks like this year's honey. It looks quite fresh still, looks quite young. It's not gone dark. Normally over winter it goes very dark, so that could be this year's honey. So it's quite a noisy hive, and normally when the hive's quite noisy it dictates that there's no queen in there. So this will tell us now if we find any eggs or anything down the bottom, or any larvae, we'll know that there's a queen in there. You can see how this honey here is quite dark. That's overwintered honey. Can't see any eggs in the bottom of there. A little bit of pollen down there. Got honey and pollen, but that's last year's pollen. Not looking very promising for this hive at the moment. I would have expected to see some brood by now, and there's not. And this hive doesn't look very healthy at all. There's not many bees in here. I think this is a queenless colony, unless they're late starting and she's only got a little bit of brood going. No. Okay, so we have a queen. That's the queen there, look, on the end of the hive tool. Just see the queen walking up there. But I don't see any eggs, which could mean that she's not very well. And she's not laying. I don't know whether you can see her there, look. She's right there. I don't know whether you can focus on that or not. I don't know whether that's in focus or not. But that's the queen there, look, with a long tail, with a long abdomen. So there is a queen in there. But I don't see eggs or larvae or anything. Which means she's not laying. I don't know why that would be. Oh, hang on a second. Ah, now we're talking, look. Okay, this is all worker, all the capped off cells there, that's all worker brood. So that's the bees going through the metamorphosis from larvae. Oh, there's some larvae in the bottom of the cells there, so these open ones here, they've got larvae in. Can't see any eggs yet though. They're very young larvae in all these cells. So the queen is laying because there's larvae. Just because I don't see eggs doesn't mean to say there isn't any. It might just mean that I'm not seeing them. But in fact there's eggs. All down the bottom of this, bottom of the frame here, that's full of eggs. All down the bottom there. So that's good. So that's she's laying. She's just a bit slow, that's all, a bit late. And again, that's all worker brood in there. Can't see any eggs in there as yet. There is larvae in the bottom of this one. So there's larvae and brood. There's larvae in here as well. Can't see any eggs in here, but that might just be because I've not got the angle correct to see the eggs at the bottom of the cells. You can see the honey around the outside. See a bee there with a little bit of pollen on his legs as well. Don't you see that there? Look. Yeah, so we've got 2 frames of brood, so it's a start, you know, and it's still quite early in the year for some queens. It has been cold up until just recently. This is the first real good day I've had a chance to get in the hives and have a look, so that's good. I won't put a queen excluder in this one just yet. I'll wait. I'll give him a bit more space on top, but I'll wait. Because I don't think she's going to come up here yet. She isn't that busy at the moment. But I will. In the next couple of 3 weeks I will put a queen excluder just to keep her out the top box, because I don't want her laying in the honey box at the top. I may be causing myself problems doing this, but we'll see. I'll be back in here in a couple of weeks anyway, so. So that was the blue hive. Let's have a look, see what's going on in the flow hive. They're normally a bit more aggressive, the flow hive. They can get a little bit sharp, if you know what I mean. Their bottoms. So I've got to fix the back of this because the back of the hive here is broken off, look, so I need to fix this. a little bit of wood glue, and that'll sort that out. So here, look, here on the hive here on the frame we have what's called a queen cup, and that's when they want to get ready to swarm. They set a queen cup, and then the queen comes up and lays an egg in it. There's nothing in that one at the moment. That's empty. We don't really want them to swarm, so that's empty. So we destroy that just so it doesn't give them any encouragement, and then the bees will fix the bees will come along and they'll fix that now. They'll rebuild the comb. So already this hive is a bit more aggressive than the other hive because they are jumping out a little bit. They're not too bad at the moment, but they are jumping out a little bit at me. So nothing on here apart from a bit of old honey. And the looks of like they're putting new honey in here as well. Okay, we have some brood up here, so we need to start looking for the queen, because she'll be around here somewhere. So you can see there, look, this is all brood, this is all capped brood, and in the cells here there are larvae, which is uncapped. Can't see any eggs on this frame. So on this side here you've got both types of bees. So you've got workers. So if I just blow this here, so that's worker brood there. See how it's all nice and flat, and then here, see how that's all bumpy and raised? That's drone brood. I say drone are the males. They don't do anything in the hive apart from breed with virgin queens and eat honey. Okay, still can't see the queen on there anywhere. No, there's plenty of pollen, look. There's a bee here with very orange pollen on his legs, look. That's orange, very orange on that one there as well, look. Okay. Right. Okay, so we have a lot of worker brood there again. That's full of brood. Can't see any eggs in that one yet. Oh, there is eggs in this one, yeah, so the queen won't be far away. If she's been here laying in the last day or two, she won't be far away now. Go on girls, in you go. Go on. So that's another frame that's full of, but we have eggs here as well. We've got eggs, so we've got the full series here. We've got cap brood, we have larvae here, and we have eggs down this end here. So we have the full. We've got a bit of honey dripping out this side. So they're bringing in. You see this here. This is honey on top here. Look. So it's very wet. So they are bringing in nectar. So we are getting a start of honey flow at the moment then. Yeah, I've just been bumped a couple of times. So when they get angry, they bump you, and I've just been bumped. So the next stage after a bump is a sting. So I'll put a little bit of smoke to calm them down. Let's just put a bit of smoke in first. Still not seeing the queen. We've seen young, but we haven't seen the queen. But just because we haven't seen her doesn't mean to say she's not there. Yeah, I think I'll just put this back together because this is the first time I've been in here since winter, so the bees ain't had a chance to have a proper tidy up yet. So when the weather picks up, they will tidy up. So all I'm going to do is put this back together. That first box I'm going to put on here. I'm going to swap boxes around and put this on top, and then I'm going to leave them for a month and see how they look in a month's time. I'll go in here again in a week or two just to check them out. And while I've got this top off here in a minute, I'll clean the bottom of the box out, and there'll be a few dead bees in the bottom. We'll get rid of them because I've not been through the hive yet this year. So we'll take them off, give that hive a good clean at the bottom, and then we'll put the top box on the bottom and the bottom box on the top. So this is when all the foragers will get very angry because I'm disrupting their nest, and they'll be all of a sudden it'll be gone. There'll be no nest here. Okay, so these are all the dead bees from winter. So these can all go now. This is just natural drop. So we'll clear this out, and that'll give the bees a fresh start then. And then we'll put that bottom box on the top box on the bottom and the bottom box on the top. And that'll now give the bees a chance to have a fresh start. Come on girls, out the way. Come on girls, out the way. That's it. I am going to put this box back on the top. And the simple fact is it will give them a chance to clean it, and then the bees will clean it within a couple of weeks. Once the brood picks up within a couple of weeks, that'll be spotless. I am going to put the queen excluder on here. So I want the queen to stay in the bottom box for now. She will get the top box eventually, but at the moment I want her to stay in the bottom box. So I know she's down there, there's no brood up here, so she's definitely in that box there. So once that box has been cleaned, more full of bees, sorry, and the top box has been cleaned, the queen excluder will come off, and I'll put the honey frames on top, and the queen excluder will go on top then. Right, so I'll leave this top board off for now until I can get it fixed, and then it can go back on. So I'll leave it there for a second. Well, there you go. Hope you've enjoyed that little insight into my fabulous hobby. I've only been doing it for a year or two now, so I'm still very much a beginner. So anyway, I'm being bumped. So hope you enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'll catch you again soon. See you, bye.